Unit 3, Relationships, Topic B, Create Table Relationships. In this topic I'm going to show you how to create a relationship between two tables so that the power of the relational database concept can be explained. I have taken two tables from Northwind so that we only have the two to work with, just to show you how these two tables are related and can be related using table relationships. So I want you to notice first of all on the customers table that there is a customer ID, and this is an auto number field, which means if I go and take the table into the design view and I look at that field, I first of all want you to see that it is a primary key. It's got the key symbol next to it, and that the data type is auto number, which is typically used when we don't want to interfere with the numbering and Access does the numbering itself. The reason for that is that a primary key must be unique. So there can be no duplication of numbers or any other entities within the primary key field itself. And the safest way to achieve that is using an auto number data type. So with auto number, every new record that's created is given a new and unique ID, because the moment that there is duplication within the primary key field, the whole concept of the relational database is broken, and then we run into all sorts of data validation and relationship problems. The orders table, if I take it into design view, also has a primary key called order ID, which is also order number. So for every new order that's created, it is automatically numbered in such a way that the primary key is unique. But what I want you to notice about the orders table is that it also has what is now should be familiar to you, is the customer ID. Now that customer ID is a number data type, and when we look at the orders table, I beg your pardon, when we look at the customers table, we look at that ID there, it's auto number, so these two fields have exactly the same data type, and that is very important in relationships. It is not possible to relate a text data type to a number data type. That sort of relationship does not work in any relational database. So the first thing that you must understand when you want to link two tables in a relationship, first of all, is that looking at, for instance, the customer table, that the customer ID, which is the primary key for the customer table, is auto number, which is a number type, and the relationship that we're going to create with the orders table is with a customer ID there, which is also a number type. The fact that that is a number type is very important. If it had not been, the relationship could not work. The customer ID is what is called a foreign key, which we discussed in the previous topic. And it's foreign because it is a primary key from another table. Now I'm going to show you how to create the relationship between these two tables. But the checklist that is very necessary for us to go through is to first of all make sure that the table on the primary side, which has the primary key, has its own primary key which is unique, and the table that is related, that will become related to this table, has a field which can be linked, and that field must be of the same data type. So let's go to our database tools, to relationships, and I'm going to add the two tables that we've now been working with. I'm going to add them into the relationship table. And at any stage, you can get that show table window open again, so that if you want to add more tables or queries, you can do that simply by right-clicking on the open space and clicking on Show Table. Now, we want to create a relationship between customers and orders such that one customer has a relationship with many orders. In the scheme of things, customer is the primary entity and orders is the related entity. So the rule says that if I want to create a relationship from customers to orders, that I would take the prime entity, the primary key from customers, I would drag it and I would drop it with my mouse onto the related entity, in this case customer ID. Now the moment I do that, it opens up the edit relationship window, and I can now say that I want to join ID from customers to customer ID from orders, and when I click relate, or create rather, when I click create, the link is created. Now these two tables are related. They have a relationship, and that relationship means something. More later about how to customize the relationship, but for now understand that there is a relationship. If I click on the join line, I can right click, I can edit the relationship, I can delete the relationship, and I can very simply recreate the relationship the way that we did it previously. End of topic B.